This year, Churchill Square will be empty. We are proudly 2 of 1,100 volunteers. Our nonprofit organization proudly supports more than 20 other nonprofit organizations in our community. We receive thousands of dollars from the Christmas Bureau, money we need, and that's only a part of the $100,000 that they donate back to the community every year.
This is more than a festival. It's a community that serves the greater communities.
The reality right now, if we don't get help, Taste of Edmonton will never come back. As a volunteer board member, I have watched Taste of Edmonton bring 350,000 people together every year.
My name is Frank. I'm one of the 50 restaurant partners. Without Taste of Edmonton, we would lose one of our biggest revenue sources. Everyone will.
Hi, I'm Jamie Soleil, and we love the Taste of Edmonton. It is a family tradition that I want to pass on to new generations.
Here are the facts. 350,000 people come here every year. 20 local charities are helped with more than $100,000. 1,100 volunteers are on site. 50 restaurant partners are featured. 9 food trucks roll in. $15 million comes to Edmonton and stays right here. Our nonprofit organization, Events Edmonton, with our premier festival, Taste of Edmonton, has been running for 36 years. We need donations. We need them to save this festival.
Well, come everyone to Sysco Canada's Facebook page. I've been trying not to say super excited, but I am super excited today, and I'm just floored to have an opportunity like we do here with Sysco and the Taste of Edmonton, and just absolutely, I don't even know what to say here. I'm speechless. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do today. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring Taste of Edmonton virtually to, I guess, the world, eh, Donovan?
Absolutely.
So anyways, welcome everyone. We're going to have an awesome show here over the next 10 days. We're going to be broadcasting, I guess, from my studio garage in Edmonton, and from Ottawa, and from Donovan, you right in Edmonton. So.
Right in the heart of Edmonton, yes.
That's awesome.
It's a beautiful studio there, Jake. Nice background, nice
background. This is what we don't see in Edmonton right now. We will over the next 10 days. So anyways, Donovan, do you want to kind of just share with us a little bit of Taste of Edmonton, what Taste of Edmonton's all about, and we'll talk about then a little bit later what we're here for as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Taste of Edmonton. So the organization that I'm involved with is Events Edmonton, and Taste of Edmonton is our premier festival. It's been around in existence for 36 years. We support over 20 local charities, as you saw through the video. You know, our small staff, we've got 4 or 5 people that work throughout the year to produce a festival that runs for 10 days. Our dates this year were July 16th. Today is the kickoff of Taste of Edmonton, and so with thanks to you guys, we are doing this virtually. So yeah, we run a 10-day festival that the economic impact for the city of Edmonton is pretty big, and you know, for us as nonprofit organizers, our hearts go out to this festival every year. It goes out to the over 1,100 volunteers that come in and support us, the multitude of sponsors that we've got, the staff behind the scenes, and you know, the 50 restaurants and 9 food trucks that bring and showcase Edmonton culinary scene like no other event in Western Canada or even in Canada. So we're proud Edmontonians. We're proud suppliers to support local, and you know, it's an exciting festival that has been 36 years strong, and we're doing this to hope to bring back for 2021 to have year 37 under our belts.
You know, looking at the impact that this has had, not having this is tremendous. It's incredible. We really hope that over these next 10 days that we hear these stories. And can you want to just talk about what we're going to do today, Donovan?
Yeah, we are going to showcase. So daily, we are going to do minimum 3 restaurant partners. So the restaurant partners are graciously going to take their time and step in, share some of their history, what the restaurant is about, how they've been involved with Taste of Edmonton, and what they're doing now. And basically, what we're trying to do is drive the traffic back to their bricks and mortar and to their food truck locations and support them. That's what we've been. We've been the catalyst to be able to support these amazing local restaurants. So over the next 10 days, you're going to hear some great stories from the restaurant partners themselves, and we're here to support that. And obviously with Sysco supporting the whole initiative, we're excited to partner with you guys and have this as a 10-day exciting, with hope that we're going to get some donations out of this to survive the festival and come back strong for 2021.
Absolutely. And so from Sysco Canada and Sysco Alberta's perspective here, we cannot be more thrilled to be a part of this.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to move over to Ketcha and say hi. Ketcha, do you want to introduce yourself? And because I'm not going to even attempt your last name.
Oh, come on, Jake. Come on. There's a silent H there somewhere. So hi guys, I'm Katya Dorian. Is that coming up loud? And I'm the district sales manager for Sysco Alberta North. And Taste of Edmonton is a great partner of ours that we had the fortunate blessing of being partnered with last year, and got involved with the festival. And it's been such a dear heart event to us, just with not only the partners and partnerships we have with some of the restaurants that are represented at the Taste, but it just brings just a whole, not only local Edmonton community, but I'd say Alberta, to just, bringing all foodies together and enjoying great food and culture. Couldn't be happier to be here to help support this campaign and fundraising cause, and can't wait to hear the stories of our partners.
Yeah, isn't this awesome?
Yeah, it's great.
This is wicked. So what we're going to do, because I see him getting all ready here, that we're going to invite into this virtual room. And Donovan, do you want to introduce our next guest here?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no better way to kick off this for us than the gentleman that we're about to meet. Pat Keddy is regional manager with Canadian Brew House, and Pat and I've been involved with Events Edmonton for a year now, and Pat and we cut our teeth last year at the 2019 Taste of Edmonton. So with great pleasure, Pat Keddy of the Canadian Brew House.
I like
Welcome
that intro.
I
like that intro. I never been introed like that before in my life. It's awesome.
Yeah, we love seeing you. We are so sad that Taste of Edmonton's not happening this year, but we're so thrilled to be able to talk to you, Patrick. We love this industry more than anything.
Yeah, it was Donovan said it best. We both kind of got into it at the same time, and I had big shoes to fill. I think Donovan had big shoes to fill, and I think we both knocked it out of the park, not patting our own backs. But it was a great year last year, minus the rain. Still the numbers were good across the chain, across all the restaurants, and yeah, I was so prepared this year. January, I had everything booked, ready to rock. I was ahead of the game, and it's just, I feel bad for the entire Events Edmonton team and obviously the city of Edmonton and all the vendors. It's tough to lose out on that. People I met last year, is the amount of people I met that never even been to Taste of Edmonton last year was crazy. And I felt all the love and all the support from, I was there every single day. I was probably there more than Donovan, truthfully. And because he's always part-time, he's always having coffee for 4 hours. But other than that, I saw him walking around. But yeah, it's the amount of people and the amount of Edmontonians that go there and spent their days there. I saw some people there every single day for lunch. So So we're gonna miss it this year. So we got to get going for next year. We got to start organizing. I got to start booking stuff.
Well, I think on that is that we can actually, people can buy tickets for next year already, right, Donovan?
That's absolutely correct. Through our website, our donation site, with a $100 donation, the individual will get a sheet of tickets for the 2021 festival, plus a tax receipt. So that's what a lot of people don't know is Events Edmonton is a nonprofit, but we're also a charity. So we're tapping into that to be able to give tax receipts plus a sheet of 40 tickets for 2021.
Yeah, I saw that. It was awesome. Awesome stuff. So Patrick, we have some questions for you because I can't tell you how much we love this industry and just so pleased to have you here. So we got some questions. So Katya, do you want to throw some questions out at Patrick? We have put you on the spot. We want to learn more about the Canadian Brew House. By the way,
We want to know about.
I gotta throw this out before we jump in with questions. Is just say, Patrick, I was one of the developers of the Great Canadian Kitchen Party that we did across Canada.
Okay.
It was actually my idea. I'm gonna take credit, but that's okay. But the Great Canadian Kitchen Party did an amazing show of Canadian musicians across Canada, and we had a blast. They did an outstanding job supporting Takeout Wednesday. And I tell you, my family every Wednesday, not to make you all fuzzy, but we had Canadian Brew House every Wednesday when we supported across Canada for the show. So, and my kids loved it. It was awesome. The chicken sandwich is the best, by the way. So I loved it beyond it, right? So even yesterday we drove by the one in Stony Plain, and my one son said, "Dad, the food is amazing." All right. So it's a shout out for you.
I like it.
Yeah. Awesome
Well, yeah.
stuff.
I mean, for Patrick, for those who are kind of tuning in and who are not familiar with Canadian Brew House, I think most of us are, but just tell us, how it started, where how many locations you have, how did Canadian Brew House come to be what it is today?
Yeah, so a couple guys got together a while back and decided that this concept might take off, and they started in the West End, just off the OG brew house. Roger and a couple buddies started it up and kind of went from there. They took a chance and opened up the 97th Street location. You fast forward to 2020, we're over 32 locations, 3 brands. We're Western Canada. We dipped into the Winnipeg market, Ontario market, or Manitoba market, and then now we're dipping in the Ontario market. So, they took a gamble on a bar and restaurant, and it kind of grew from there. The support from Edmonton was crazy, but yeah, over 30 locations and 3 brands. So it's we're a small town, made and grown. Roger's just from the West End, so Edmonton and area. So it's locally found, and and his number one thing is besides throwing a great experience and throwing a good party is supporting your community, and this is why we're big fans of Taste of Edmonton, and it's one of our core values. And we got some surprises hopefully for Donovan here in the next couple days that we got working on our end, but. Yeah, one guy and a beer. I always say it started with one guy and a beer and his buddies
in a garage somewhere.
Walking up 2 sets of hills, So it's it's crazy. Before I even worked at the brew house, I never even stepped foot in the brew house. If that, so that's how nuts it is. But look at us now. We're taking over the world. Yeah.
World domination, hey.
World domination with vodka and beer and amazing food.
That is awesome. So, Ketchy, do you want to have a few more questions for Patrick?
Yeah. You were saying you had 3 brands. So what are these 3 brands, and how do they differ from one from the other?
Well, when you come to the Taste of Edmonton next year, you'll be able to hit up 2 out of our 3 brands. Banquet Dive Bar is up in Fort McMurray. We're opening up a couple more locations. They are top secret, but let's just say there's going to be probably one in BC and another one in Alberta. It's kind of a dive bar, style. You get 3 levels of amazingness. There's a wall of just speakers. There's a bowling lanes downstairs, rooftop patio. So
Oh,
a little different concept. And then we're in the cannabis game. So we own Plant Life Cannabis. We have 20 locations now. Windermere, South Con just opened up. Those are 2 big ones. But we're all over the city, west end, south side, east, pretty much everywhere. So kind of dipping in pretty much everything that we can. But you know, the cannabis side, it was easy for us because we do retail anyways, and that's our job. And banquet was just a no-brainer. We wanted a new different concept, and we had a chance to get the building in Fort Mac, and we opened up there. So yeah, lots of banquets coming though. I'll tell you right now.
it's great. Looks like lots in store for the brand. Lots of growth.
Yeah, the ice house was going to be the big boy down in the Rogers Place area, but that kind of has a little delay on it. But by 2022, you'll see a triple decker Canadian ice house down there in a nice little circle of fun that's going to be there. Hopefully sooner than later for us to watch the Oilers win the cup.
Nice. Okay, well, you said something about triple decker. Now I kind of was, you know, trolling kind of through your Instagram and kind of looking at some of your big dish concepts here, and the Rita challenge was one that just kind of blew me away. Now, Rita challenge, how did this come about? Like, why the Rita challenge? Is this a celebrity? Like, why is it named after this beautiful Rita? Who is this Rita?
It is beautiful. We'll leave it at there. And you know, we wanted something cool to have. We'll have a chance for a guest to eat something crazy. So it's a lot of burgers and a whole lot of poutine, and you got 45 minutes to do it. So not many people have done it, but it's great timing you asked that, because 2 days ago 5 dudes walked into a brew house. 3 of them crushed it in 37 minutes. So
wow,
crazy. The record I think is 13 minutes, 14 minutes. Yeah, if you can't eat it normal.
Gosh, did you guys have an ambulance and a defibrillator on standby, or?
We have staff that sit there with water and a fan just to kind of cool everybody off when they're crushing it. Yeah, crushing the burgers, but it's weird. I don't know why people just walk in and be like, "Hey, I'm going to try to crush 6 burgers and a large poutine." Like, I don't know if I've ever done that. You know, so, but yeah, it gets done. You get a T-shirt at the end. You get a high five. You get a social media shout out, and then you
bragging rights
to whoever wants to listen, and then you go home and you probably don't leave your house for a couple days.
Sure.
Donovan's ate one.
No.
Like 1 burger. I mean, that's all. 1 burger.
Yeah, I text Pat when I was at the brew house. Gosh, a couple months ago, before COVID hit us, and I was intrigued by it, just like you, Katya. I didn't know what it was, and he explained it to me, and hounded me for about an hour to figure out what location I was at. And so Pat, like everybody else at the Canadian Brew House, is extremely generous and, you know, outgoing, and that's why his personality fits with our organization and Taste of Edmonton. So I can't brag enough about the man and how genuine he is. And he's mentioned Roger a few times, Roger and his whole team. So, you know, it's sad that we're doing this virtually, and one day soon we'll be able to have hugs and be back in the same room together.
Oh, we'll throw a party. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Big one.
As long as
Sorry, go ahead, Patrick.
As long as Miles from Lingnan is in there, then I'll throw a party.
Yeah, we definitely will have a party after this. And I'm just excited to be able to get out and enjoy food again. And, you know, we can do that now, but as soon as everything, you know, the dust settles and things like that, and we get to this new norm, whatever that looks like, I'm just excited to go out and enjoy again. It was my job to go and eat at restaurants. And not being able to do that, and the takeout is great. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's still that experience of going there, right? And enjoying that atmosphere.
You can get up a lot of restaurants just 50% capacity unless they have some plexi going on. So support every restaurant you can think of. It's not just the Canadian Brew House. I think a lot of people in the city are a little bit scared, but wait till you walk into any bar, brew house, Joey's, local, doesn't matter what it is. We've done our job to keep everybody safe, especially our staff and our guests. And I think a lot of people are a little bit scared to go out there, but it's definitely go check those out.
Mhm.
If you haven't gone out yet, anybody that's watching this, you can look up all the restaurants from Taste of Edmonton last year. You can go try them out in house. Saves them a little bit of cash when you're not doing the ordering. But I think a lot of people just have to see what all the restaurants are doing to stay afloat, to stay alive, especially the mom and paws and the small ones. So I would definitely recommend going out.
Awesome. Well, Patrick, all the best. You know what? We love your restaurant. We love this industry, and we're just so happy to have you today. And we're going to have you back here in a second, but we have to break to a commercial break because these beautiful vendors have donated some money, and we'll talk about that at the end of the show or the end of the week, I guess. Donovan, you're with me for like 10 days. I am so sorry. But let's get to the way. We have 10 days together. But we do want to just mention our sponsors. I guess that's how you do it, right? Of the show. So we're gonna talk about Maple Leaf Foods, who stood up and was a big supporter of this week, these 10 days together. I'm so sorry. These 10 days, and I'm gonna just talk about Maple Leaf. We're gonna talk about their products and everything over the next 10 days. And you know what? They're an amazing group of people. I get to work with them so much all the time. They've got a new website, Think Food website, that restaurants can go there, check out wicked recipes that their corporate chef has created, amazing ideas that they have for us on that website. They have resources and everything to help with COVID-19 and how restaurants can bounce back. Also, they got wicked recipes for people that want to just cook at home as well. So check them out. Look at more of what Maple Leaf has done. They're just, you know what? I'm just so happy to know them so close. They've got great products. Donovan, you had a Maple Leaf hot dog lately?
I absolutely have.
Exactly. Right, we all have.
I'm Canadian. I think everybody has. So yes.
Right, and they also became one of the first sustainable owned meat companies or companies like this in Canada. Which is outstanding. And I just can't say enough great things about them. And then when we were reaching out for sponsorship, they were the first to stand up, and they stood up big time on what they're going to do and help support the Taste of Edmonton. So outstanding. Big shout out to them. And we're going to see products. We'll probably get some hot dogs grilling here over the next 10 days and some great stuff because they sell so many things, not just hot dogs. They even have like plant-based products. I don't know if you know that. They got their 50-50 burger as well that just came out. That's 50% beef and 50% plant-based. They have amazing products from their Light Life product line that is all plant-based. They got new stuff coming out right away, which I won't say, but they'll probably give me crap. Is that they have chicken coming out, a plant-based chicken that you can't tell, but that's coming out right in the future. But amazing things they have to offer when it comes to plant-based, which you wouldn't think a meat company like this back in the day would ever move to, but they have, and I'm just so happy and thank them again for sponsoring these 10 days. And we're gonna get some swag because I know their marketing VP sent me some swag, which she's gonna make me wear, I think, over the next 10 days, which I'm okay with. But thanks again, Maple Leaf, for making this happen. And back to Patrick and a little bit about his truck, his food truck, and the ice house and the banquet. And let's talk more about that. So back to, let me just make sure I do this right. And back to Patrick. Let's go back there. Here we go. Here we are. Was that a good commercial break? Did we do justice?
Great job.
Was it good? Okay, good.
I want a jingle. When I watch this in a couple days, the next few days and the next 10 days, I feel like you need to have a jingle.
Do you want a jingle? You know what? You just reminded me. I forgot our background music. Donovan, we gotta I got some background music. It's kind of like that jazz stuff, so I don't get charged. Royalties. We'll throw that on. But I'm going to move over to Ketcha. Do you got some more questions for Patrick?
No, I mean, the ice house and your food truck these are kind of newer concepts, right? To the brand. So, just tell us a bit about, I know the ice house you said that was set to launch kind of earlier this year, but kind of has been put on hold or a bit of a delay. But maybe just let us know what that concept would be.
Yeah, so the ice house is we got approached the OEG group downtown, and it's been a couple years and we were going to launch it right before the World Juniors, and with COVID happening and everything on, it's definitely something that is put on hold. It's not that it's not happening. It's definitely happening. I'll tell you right now, we're going to be the face of that place downtown there, especially the ice district. But 3 levels. The rooftop may or may not have a batting cage. I'm not sure. I can't confirm or deny. But we're going to be able to help everybody do their skating down there. You're going to enjoy some amazing food. It's going to be a beast. It's going to be a monster, and it's going to be one of the highlights of downtown, especially when you go to a hockey game or a concert down there. So we're super excited to get that going. And then the food truck is. No one's going to believe this, but we go to meetings every year with all the GMs and the regionals, and you bring an idea to the table. And I think 5 years ago, one of our guys brought up an idea of the food truck and everybody laughed. And then 7 months later, we got a food truck. So, it's been huge.
Okay. Why did they laugh? Like what was the idea behind it that made them chuckle?
We didn't have and all the money but then the boys jumped all over it and got a food truck, and it's been going steady since then. We do a lot of stuff in the community and it's just something that the food truck helps us out with. So whether it be us helping fund a park or anything in the vicinity of Edmonton and area and all over Alberta and BC, it's just if people need help fundraising, we bring the food truck. We sometimes sponsor the food and they can kind of raise money that way. So it's a great way to go to the community and drive around when it's out and about. But yeah, you might see it downtown for the next 40 days if there's a food truck area for all the NHLers. But just concepts from ideas from our employees, and and this one was a big one, and having it at the Taste of Edmonton, it kind of gave us an area everywhere in on the grounds. And the Canadian Brewhouse tent itself sells itself and people come down, but the food truck was nice too to have that, and we've got a couple bookings from it as well from the Taste of Edmonton. So
and does your food truck is the menu kind of like your signature items from each of your brands that you've kind of put on your food truck menu, or just kind of quicker?
We change the food truck menu yearly, depending what it is, but we also customize it to any guest. So if you want us to bring your food truck to your party or your event, we can do it. We can customize whatever you like. We just did a little get together. I think there was 35 people on Saturday, and we had the food truck out there, and they wanted taco in a bag, and they wanted a Philly cheesesteak. So 2 sittings, and so yeah, it really doesn't matter. We have everything on the food truck that we can cook. So whatever the guest wants or the company wants, definitely for sure.
It's exciting. I definitely want to book one of those for a wedding for sure.
Yeah, we've
That'd be fun.
Weddings for sure.
All right, on.
That's awesome. Well, Patrick, we have to run to our next guest coming up here. But thank you again. Thank you again.
I want to run into Miles' time slot.
Yeah. We'll let Donovan deal with that, eh?
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on. I've never done this before in my life. I'm not wearing pants right now, so that's the best part. So I'm just wearing a dress shirt, and Yeah, come check. You know, I'm going to give us a plug here. Saturday and is our 40-ounce steak night. It's our first event back from COVID. We had to delay the other ones, and we're back in it this Saturday at any Canadian brew house in Edmonton. For all you St. Albert, Jensen Lakes is on Friday, but we're literally almost sold out. Check us out on Eventbrite, and let's buy some tickets, everybody. We want to throw this party. I want to go on a 10-day vacation, and my 10-day vacation is hanging out with Donovan downtown. So let's save this festival and let's get organizing for next year.
Absolutely. That's great.
Well,
It was nice seeing you again, Patrick.
Yes, nice meeting you as well, Patrick, and just all the best to you guys. We're going to be out there supporting the brew house as well. I know all of our listeners. I know everyone that I know is going to be out there supporting you and supporting this industry. So thank you so much. It just chokes me up hearing that that we had to go through all these things, right? So it's going to make us better and stronger as an industry, and we're just proud to have you on and get to know you. And we'll definitely have a beer or two next year together at the show.
I don't drink.
Okay, well, we'll have a coffee as well.
I'm just kidding.
Donovan will have the beer with me. Donovan, any last words to Patrick before we wrap up and move on to another commercial break?
You know, Pat and his team, there's a lot more that we could have discussed. We could have filled an entire segment, I'm sure, with Canadian Brew House being one of our major sponsors. Canadian Brew House, The Banquet, Ice House, Our Truck is Your Truck. But they're also our Canadian Brew House patio. We had a site-wide liquor license last year. We had that same going into Churchill this year. Pat and his team that are socially responsible. They are the ones that are allowing us to walk around with the spirits and the beers. Pat, just from my team and Sysco and everybody involved, we miss you, brother, and we appreciate your dedication and all the support over the years, and especially as of late. So, we'll get together soon, and thank you for taking the time to do this.
Absolutely.
We'll see you guys soon. I just got another call. I got to talk to Des from the Creative Hive. So
Awesome. All the best, Patrick.
see you guys later. Have a great week.
Bye, Patrick. Thank you.
So we're going to go to another commercial break. I laugh at these because, Donovan, don't you dare go anywhere, because we're going to talk about beef. Alberta beef. Yum, yum, yum. I have to say great things about this because it's one of our brands at Sysco, our Butcher's Block Reserve. Did you know about this, Patrick or Donovan?
I am unaware, but you're going to educate me right now.
There we go. This is a CBGA, so Canadian Beef Grading Agency, has established these amazing new standards of these products that are unbelievably certified tender claimed now, which is awesome, right? So what that means is it's actually like one of the tenderest beef you can buy right now in the marketplace. So for all those restaurants out there and everyone else that has steaks on their menu, if you need to try and taste Butcher's Block Reserve products, you can get it at Sysco. It's made by Cargill, so right here in Alberta. Unbelievable products out there. It comes in strip loins, flat iron steaks. Those are those awesome little pub steaks. Tri-tip, ribeye, caps. I'd kill for a ribeye right now in a restaurant. Petite tenders, right? If we want to get fancy for some awesome appetizers. Top butts, which is that sirloin that we love so much. Ribs and tenderloin for those fancy places and those places that just start using tenderloin on their typical menus right nowadays. So amazing stuff on there. So thank you again for Clinton, the team, for sponsoring our 10 days, talking about the great things we're going to do with the Taste of Edmonton. But when you look at these amazing things, I tell you, oh God, I had this last year when this product came out, Donovan. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable tender. And really to understand that you buy a steak really for the tenderness, right? And there's so many things that goes into that. Alberta, the way that we raise our cattle here, grass-fed, all those amazing things. it just makes that product so much better. So thanks again to Clint and his team. Here's my commercial break of what a little peek of what's next of supporting us over the next 10 days. So thank you so much. Butcher's Block Reserve, get it at Sysco. And I think our next guest is here, Donovan. So I'm going to bring him into the room, and I'll let you introduce everyone here. And you like the jazz music?
I do.
Very nice.
It's a nice touch.
I feel like I'm in a lounge
We're lounging it today. So, oh my God, that's awesome. So Donovan, can you introduce our next guest?
Yes. We have the amazing fortune. Picante Restaurant. It was a brand new location this year. So with Taste of Edmonton, with the past few years, there has been a significant cry for new restaurants, new partners, and these two amazing people have stepped up for us and was one of our new restaurant partners from an extension of their partner, Three Amigos. So we've got Picante sitting in front of us on screen. Welcome, guys.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
So we got questions for you.
Okay, we're ready.
You heard you guys are amazing. You heard you have an amazing location. We're going to talk about it. Ketcha's got some questions for you. But thanks again for being on our show.
Thanks for having us.
I wish we were in person. Wish we were tasting your amazing food. I tell you, I work with so many chefs and stuff across Canada, and I've had a lot of shows. Oh my God, and just seeing the amazing food that everyone's cooking up, it's killing me not to taste it. So
maybe next time we should just have some food as we're doing this, just because we're talking about food. We just need to be indulging in some food as
we'll have some steak later.
Yes.
Anyways, Ketcha's got some questions for you. Ketcha, do you want to ask some awesome questions?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's nice to meet you both, and I'm really excited to be connecting with you guys. And we just want to learn about you and what makes Picante and how you started, and just tell us a bit about your concept and your restaurant.
Well, we started off last year, I guess in June, out of a farmer's bountiful farmer's market, selling pretty much just salsas and tres leches cake. You know what else?
And chips, our homemade chips. So they're gluten free and made from corn base. So we basically started off at our farmers market. We branched off from our sister restaurant, and the reason we did that was because we just had another baby, and the restaurant business was a little much for ours.
Just too time consuming at the moment.
Of course. Well, congratulations.
Thanks. We had already done that with our daughter, and we were working like 16-hour days, so it wasn't possible with two kids, and we wanted to find a way to scale back on the hours and be able to have a family but still do what we love to do, which is bring our Mexican culture, our Latin culture, I'm from Guatemala, to everybody around. And there's a huge market for it here for authentic Mexican food. There's a lot of Tex-Mex and that or infused Mexican food, but there isn't a lot for Mexican that's authentic. And we found that ourselves, because we're always looking to try from different regions, or somebody else makes a different flavor because that's how their mom taught them. And we could just never really find it. So we're happy to be able to bring that to Edmonton as well.
Amazing. I have to admit, tres leches is one of my favorite. I mean, if I'm going to go for a go-to dessert, it's tres leches. I'll indulge in not one, but maybe a few of them.
Yeah.
They're just so delicious. Would you say that your recipes are, from like a grandmother's or a mother's recipe? Is it kind of passed down from generation to generation?
Some of them are, and some are the ones that we create our on our own. So like it has our own flavor to it.
Yeah, but so the basis of our salsas, they did come from his mom's recipes. So she showed them all how to cook, and they took off running from there. So some of our salsas, staple salsas that we've had since the beginning of the Three Amigos when they opened up 15 years ago. So like our salsa verde, the salsa roja, those were all at the very beginning. So it's a staple salsa. And then Ken kind of started, just because we've been to Mexico so many times, we try to go at least once a year to try and figure out what trends are coming in, what's going on over there, and we bring that back. And Ken's created a few other ones since then. And then the tres leches cake, obviously we tried ourselves from people making it, and I wanted to be able to do it. And so I basically, when we went to places like Mexico or even the US where Mexican people were making it, we wanted to sort of take that and bring it back here as well.
That's amazing. That's amazing that you guys go back to Mexico and bring back what's trending. It makes it that much more authentic, you know, bringing that to Edmonton. That's amazing.
Yeah, we try to stay away from the Tex-Mex style or the fusion styles just because we ourselves are huge in the authentic cuisine. I mean, sometimes you can't get away with it, like the nachos and
every now and then we'll dip into the Tex-Mex region and, you know, to put out a dish like that. You know, it's fun to have a different variety sometimes.
And we do enjoy Tex-Mex ourselves.
Yeah. So what would you say then is your signature dish? What would you say is like, okay, this is what people come here for, which maybe could have been one of your dishes, maybe at Taste of Edmonton, or
the tequila lime.
The tequila lime.
Yeah. So Ken came up with the recipe for the tequila lime chicken a while back, a few years back, and we've actually been doing it at the Taste Edmonton for the Three Amigos. They took that on for the Taste Edmonton, so that was since I think we've been there, right?
Yeah, few years after, like 3 years after.
Yeah, and then
our mole and
the mole is a huge one.
That was your tres leches cake.
Yeah, so the mole is it's a salsa you put basically on top of chicken or any kind of sort of you can do it on any kind of meat, but Oaxaca, which is where they're from, that's where mole originated from. So the mole it came out of Oaxaca, it was invented there, and Ken actually makes it from scratch. So he uses the 100 and some ingredients in there. It's a labor of love, but it is amazing, and it's a true form of authenticity for him and where he comes from.
Oh my goodness, I'm just drooling, salivating listening to you. So there's cocoa in mole sauce, right? Like there's
cacao, yeah.
Cacao. Okay, can't wait to try that. That's for sure. Was that going to be one of the dishes? Like, was mole going to be something you were going to be serving at Taste?
Unfortunately, not. Just because it's so time consuming and just making the sauce itself.
Of course.
I would probably never see the festival.
Yeah.
In the back.
Definitely labor of love. That would be exhausting to make for that amount of people. There's a huge crowd that comes in through Taste Edmonton, so we want to make sure that we can still serve them.
For sure. Mm-hmm. So what's your relationship with Taste of Edmonton? And so this would have been your first year having the tent at the event, correct?
Yeah, for Picante will be the first year.
For Picante, but Tres Amigos was there last year, right?
Yeah. I think since 2010, I think 11.
Yeah, it's been a
while. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, we're
question. I'm sure Donovan does too. He's so casual. I still feel so you have to hang with me all these days. But anyways, do you guys have a website that people can go to?
Do we have a website? A website? No, not yet. So we're just doing our social media off of Instagram, and we have a Twitter account and the Facebook. But I think Instagram is our most active social media account. We don't have a website yet. That's something we're definitely looking into in the future because we're looking at getting a retail spot as well. So it's sort of all within the growth.
Well, we have a surprise for you. I'm gonna be like Ellen. Okay, Donovan? We're going to give you a free website build from MPP Marketing. So they've stepped up. It's about $5,000 worth of website they're going to build for you. And they're going to step up and give you a new website. So thanks to MPP Marketing. There's our plug.
Thanks, MPP. Wow, that's amazing.
So we're going to help you out there and give you a cool new website. And I tell you, these are restaurant people that know the business. They are restaurant marketing group. They're amazing. They're a part of our program at Sysco here. And we're just happy to have them. And we want to help you out and give you a wicked website. And they'll make it awesome. And they
well, thank you so much. So you're like Oprah. You get one and you get one.
Where's the streaming?
We're not like Oprah. We're better than Oprah. I got Donovan.
That's right.
Well, thank you guys so much. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So there you go. We're going to give you a cool website.
I just want to chime in about Picante here real quick. So when our organization, when we sat down and we started thinking about different companies and how do we extend our restaurant partners, they reached out and they said that they would be interested in having a second location with the Picante concept. And, you know, myself and my team, we have a real tough job during the off season with new restaurant partners with having them come in to showcase their food to us. So essentially for a week to 2 weeks, we get to sit down and eat some amazing local cuisine. And when they brought in their food, it was a absolute no-brainer. You know, for us as an organization, we like to think and discuss and put some real good, genuine thought into the companies that are coming in. Does it fit our brand? Does it fit our values and what have you? And, you know, knowing these two and what they've brought for the last decade to Taste of Edmonton through Three Amigos, it was an absolute no-brainer. And we welcomed them on the spot. And, you know, we have such an admiration and respect. And gosh, is their little one just absolutely adorable. That's a beautiful thing about having these relationships and these partnerships. During the weigh-in time, got to see brought in with the buggy, and you know, it's great to grow up with these individuals. And so I've got a lot of respect. And yeah, Picante YEG with their Instagram, and you know, I'm thrilled that you guys are able to receive a website from this session. And you know, we have a lot of respect for you guys, and hope that the salsas and everything is still going strong at Bountiful, and that you guys are doing well. You guys are amazing people.
Thank you so much, Donovan. And that warms our heart just hearing that. You've been amazing since we've met. It's just been an awesome relationship as well. And we really appreciate the fact that you understood where we were going with everything, and the fact that you appreciate it. It makes it worth it for us, for sure.
Awesome. Well, thanks again. We're going to move to and all the best. You know, I will definitely. I got a lot of visiting of restaurants to do in Edmonton.
Yes, Jay, I think after this we need to go on a 3-week binge.
You're welcome whenever you want.
I do like a pub crawl, but we're going to be all over, and we're going to be visiting all these locations. So
well, Jay, sorry to interrupt, Jay. That point, that's what Taste of Edmonton is all about. It showcases, you know, amazing people like this and amazing locations and restaurants. And, you know, that's the whole point behind Taste of Edmonton, is the fact that we open it up to 350,000 people annually. That, you know, it's great for marketing on Picante's side that there's exposure, but it allows people to come out and enjoy a 10-day, 11-day festival and try new experiences. And you know, and this is selfish, and I get to brag about this. I've tasted the food. I think that people should get out and go to the Bountiful Market and experience Picante for everything that they have to offer. It's absolutely sensational, and I'm biased. I think it's amazing. It's fresh. It's just remarkable. So, you know, that's a great point to make, that this is the whole point of what Taste of Edmonton is all about.
Absolutely. So I need to go anywhere. We can just do rounds around Taste of Edmonton next week.
Absolutely.
And you get to drink. I love it. Can't go wrong. Well, all the best to you guys. It's nice meeting you. You know what? I just can't wait to go out and visit locations, and we'll add you to the list of our to-go place next. So thanks.
Well,
all the best.
Thanks for having
And
us.
Entity Marketing will contact you. We'll send them your information, and enjoy your new website.
Thanks so much for that.
Thanks again.
Thanks,
No worries.
Donovan.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
So we're back to a commercial break. A commercial ad.
I feel like you need to do up or something. Like when I see that microphone, I feel like there should be like a shoe up, do up. You know, it's such
Oh, do you want me to
do
go up, come in here? But we're gonna put some cool music, because I think Patrick was telling us that we need music with our next ad. So Donovan, have you ever had have you ever had a highliner fish?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, let me tell you about a new product. Let me just tell you quick here about an amazing product, world class, actually.
Oh,
This
yum.
will blow your mind. Right? This is by Guinness, and they were working with Guinness. Highliner is partnered with Guinness on a collaboration to make some Guinness, pollock, and cod, I guess, shrimp, all these amazing things together to make this amazing product for restaurants. Unbelievable. Who thought beer and fish went together, right? Amazing. So check it out. We have amazing stuff from Highliner. I got another here, little picture here. It is unbelievable, right? So obviously they partnered with Guinness. Guinness, I could use a Guinness right now as well. I could really use one. We'll be having Guinness next show tomorrow. But unbelievable that they're partnered with it. It gives a great flavor profile. I love beer battered fish and chips, and when you add it to shrimp, it's even better. But
When you add
definitely,
Guinness to it.
right, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
Guinness to it now.
Yeah. Have you had this, Ketchup?
Yeah, so we've sampled it when they came and kind of offered some sampling during one of our feature Fridays pre-COVID. I think we had a taste. They're amazing.
Awesome
Incredible.
stuff. And we're not just saying that. We're not
No,
just saying that. No,
we've
we're not.
actually had it.
We're not being poked or prod. It's an awesome product. So, you know what, Donovan? I will take you out for fish and chips when we're done this one day. And we'll figure out where this is, and we'll have some Guinness fish and chips. So, anyways, we got a next guest. So, thank you, Highliner, for supporting us. We're happy to have you as partners, and definitely happy to have you a part of the next 10 days. So, we're going to move over to our next guest. So, Donovan, I'm going to bring him into the room. We're going to shut this screen down here. I'll figure out the screens here in a second. But do you want to introduce our next guest?
Yeah, I certainly will. So if we rewind just a little bit over a year ago, this was the first individual that I met with Events Edmonton and Taste of Edmonton, and our nightly conversations through the festival last year, usually between that 11 p.m. to midnight. At the wrap up, once everybody had left the festival site, Miles and I, we had quite a few catch-up conversations and what was good and what was working, and just a lot of feedback and bouncing ideas off one another. So Miles is the owner-operator of the Lingan restaurant, one of Edmonton's longest running restaurants. I'll let him explain everything there. A dear friend, a great guy, and so I'm happy to introduce Miles Kwan.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
So Miles, welcome.
Hi, Miles. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
So we're first of all, thanks again for being on our show. Thanks for being awesome as well. Now you have one of the oldest restaurants in Edmonton. Now I'm blown away.
Yeah, we're probably the oldest Chinese restaurant continually running. I'm third generation. My grandpa started it in 1947.
Wow. Love it. That's huge history. Huge history.
Yeah, it's huge. We're 73 years, I think, this year. We kind of lose track, but yeah, we've been doing it for a long time.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Amazing.
So I have some questions for you. I'm just blown away. I'm big on history about restaurants, right? I was actually writing a book about the restaurant industry and looking for places like yours, so we might have to talk later, to include you, because I believe you guys have paved the road for what is today in the industry, and it's not an easy industry as we know it, and I'm just so floored to be able to meet people like you, because we wouldn't have what we have today if it wasn't for you guys back in 1946 saying, hey, let's open a restaurant. So awesome stuff.
Yeah, very, very tough back then, especially for my type of cuisine, which has definitely morphed over. But I like to see we have multi-generational customers. We have kids coming in that are, you know, the kids of the kids of the kids. It's awesome. We have great support, and even through all this, we've been okay because we had such great customers.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely. So I'm going to move over to Ketcha. Sorry, Ketcha, I interrupted you.
no worries. I was going to say,
Here, Miles, you're casual. Donovan's drinking over there in his
well, we're
Ketcha's
we're familiar with the Lingnan. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jay. I can't cut you off.
No, go ahead.
So Miles, it's so good to see your face and see familiar face, and thanks for coming on the show and being part of this. And we just we have a lot of people tuning in, so we're very familiar with Lingnan and the restaurant, but some of the people tuning in are not. So give us just a background of how the Lingnan dynasty began and you know, where you are today, and yeah, just give us a bit of background history.
Yeah, so like I said, we started in 1947. We used to be downtown on 97th Street where Canada Place was. Currently, we are at, the address shows up on the bottom, 10582 104th Street, right behind the Rogers Arena. We've been there since the 60s.
Amazing.
So if you've never been into the restaurant, I encourage you, when we are back open, to come in and check it out. You've seen nothing like it. We have a kind of a cool retro 60 vibe. I guess it's cool retro now, but back when they were building that place, it was just normal. So yeah, we keep it the best way we can, keep it traditional. We have many types of different cuisine. We have the Western Canadian, we have the Hong Kong style, and we also have a little bit of spicy stuff, like, you know, with the Szechuan cuisine and stuff like that. So we do it all because we have to cater to everybody. Like I said, I'm third generation, and I love to be part of the Taste of Edmonton, and I've been part of Taste of Edmonton. This year would have been my 13th year doing it.
Oh wow! So you're third generation. So are you thinking, you know, there's a fourth generation that'll be involved with the restaurant?
Yeah, you know what? If my parents are on this,
Keep it going, right? Why not?
But I don't have any kids now. But you know, like all multi-generational family kind of things, it's about choice. And the only reason why we're successful to this day is because I chose to be it. If I was forced, it probably wouldn't be the same. But I'm, like Donovan knows, I'm super passionate about the restaurant biz. I'm super passionate about Chinese cuisine, Asian Canadian history, and helping other restaurateurs. And I feel like, you know, being a part of the Taste of Edmonton and doing what I do with the Taste of Edmonton and for the Taste of Edmonton, we really get to do that. And you know, just Pam and Ken that was on a second ago, I just talked to them the other day, and we were just chatting about shop and what to do and getting some advice. So, you know, it's a very close community, and I'm glad and happy that Donovan is leading this very tight-knit community. And I feel like we have everybody's back, even in tough times like these.
Yeah, he's incredible for sure.
But I like to say for you guys, I'm not like sucking up to Sysco, but you know, you guys got a gift certificate. We're doing that. That's really good. You guys, if it wasn't for you guys, and if it wasn't for the Sysco family, and you know what, even shout out to the drivers. I know that's a tough job, but you guys, Deanna, and all your sales guys, and Alex that was with me before, if it wasn't for the perseverance and like the attitude that you guys have with dealing with small businesses like mine, especially ethnic businesses like mine, I'm blown away. Like, I've been moving my stuff over to you guys piece by piece, chunk by chunk, and you know, the way you guys pivot and the stuff that you guys can do is amazing. And if anybody else is listening, like, I encourage you guys to take a look at Sysco. And that's not a shameless plug. That's me legitimately liking Sysco, because I would talk week after week, day after day with Deanna about like beef prices and stuff like that, and by text, and everybody was just so friendly. So kudos to you guys.
Thanks, Miles. Thanks for that shout out. And you know, Jay, I think we should just like bring Miles on to do our advertising from now on. I don't know. I think that's.
Miles, what's the next 10 days look like?
Yeah, well, I guess I'm open for those 10 days. But you know what? I have nothing. I have, like, the experiences have been great, and the way you guys do things is. I thought before, naively, I thought it was only for the big guys. But it's not. It's actually for everybody, and especially family businesses and small ones like me. I text your drivers. They're nice. They're great. My sales reps, all of them are great. You know, I have a bunch of them with different companies, and you know, good for you guys. You guys did great, especially with the beef crisis. Man, you guys came through. So, you know, good job for you guys.
Well, Miles, we're here to talk about you.
Yeah.
So we just so I know at the Taste of Edmonton every year you've got this chicken that everyone just raves about. So would you say that that's your signature? Is that the Lingnan signature dish? That chicken?
Yeah, that
What?
chicken for sure is definitely like a super famous. It's the dry spicy chicken. If
Dry
my mom's
spicy.
around, it's called Amy's dry spicy chicken. But if she's not, then it's just called the dry spicy chicken. Yeah, that's one of our things that we've done since day one. We've changed the menus here and there, but that for sure is a crowd favorite. But how can it not be? It's like deep fried. It's great finger food. It's a little bit spicy. We do all our we do have a special seasoning salt that we actually make the salt. We infuse the salt with seasoning. So yeah, it's a lot of love and care when it comes to that dish.
So would you say that the recipe is still from the original, 1940 recipe that came about, or do you guys, as the generations progress, do you tweak recipes or?
No, exactly. That's a good question. It's from, I think that recipe is something that we developed over time at the restaurant. But it's definitely comes from back in the 40s, things weren't deep fried as much or actually at all when it came to Chinese cuisine, especially back in the railways workers in the early 1800s. My great grandpa came over in 1880 to support the railways with the grocery stores. So they first landed in Vancouver. So this recipe is actually probably closer to something that you would find from like the Hong Kong kind of style cuisine, like the Cantonese cuisine, which was predominantly much more popular through that immigration period of like the late 80s to mid 90s. So we've been working on it, and we try our best to formulate a recipe that, Taste of Edmonton, it's a tough go for 10 days. It's like, it's full blown. So we've designed a recipe and the style of chicken that we can execute quick, safely, and always consistent and delicious. So I think that's why we've kept it on the menu for 13 years and been successful at the Taste of Edmonton for 13 years.
And it's one of the crowd pleasers for sure.
Definitely, yeah.
Jay, did you have any questions for Miles?
Well, I have a lot. Well, I can ask you all questions all day, right? I mean, this is what I do. So, but I'm going to go over. I'm going to let Donovan. Is there anything else you want to mention to Miles and stuff like that around? Just you last comments or comments to Miles here.
Well, for any restaurant partner or anybody within the industry, everybody knows Miles. He's always got a smile on his face, no matter what adversity is going on during the festival. Miles seems to have the ear in the back of everybody that is there, and he definitely helped me through my first behind the scenes of Taste of Edmonton last year. And, I have a lot of respect for him. And he's one of the restaurants, Lingnan is one of the restaurants that is showcased on our Taste of Edmonton Instagram and Facebook social media, secondary to what we're doing with you, Sysco partners. We're running a marketing campaign, obviously to drive the donation, to help support the Taste of Edmonton and get donations. So he's one of the featured restaurants today to kick off our annual Taste of Edmonton and obviously our virtual Taste of Edmonton. So you'll see on there the spicy chicken, Chinese mini donuts, and dim sum sticky rice was his third and new menu item this year. And Miles, we have a lot of respect for you. Our team, that we all adore you, and you always put a smile on our face when you walk into the office, and you've got great ideas, and you're an amazing person, and your family's exactly the same. And I do urge everybody, get to that restaurant. It is nostalgic. It is amazing food. The service is impeccable. And, it's all with great people like yourself that is leading the charge.
Thank you for the high praise. We couldn't do it without you and your team, Donovan, and of course our partners such as Sysco. So good job, everybody.
Well, I couldn't have scripted that better. Thank you, Miles, for all this stuff. But yeah,
thanks, Jay.
It's all about you, and we care about our customers a lot, and that's why we're doing this. And we care about the Taste of Edmonton big time, and we're just super happy to get to meet you, get to know about your restaurant. I can't believe 1946 it's been around, so we know how hard it is to stay in this industry. Staying that long must be amazing food.
Oh yeah,
you're doing something really good for sure.
Right. Not too many, and I know I've known a lot of restaurants across Canada that can hang that. So that is amazing. So once again, thanks again for being on our show. All the best to you. Make sure you get out there. Everyone else that's listening to us, support Miles and their amazing restaurant. I'm going to be another added to the list. Donovan, we'll just get a whole bunch of traveling around and eat for like 2 or 3 months at all these cool restaurants.
Again, you see why we need Taste of Edmonton.
That's why we need
All in one spot.
right? Awesome stuff. So Miles, all the best. Take care, and we'll see you soon, I'm sure.
Thanks, guys.
Miles,
See you guys
it's good
later.
seeing you again.
Bye.
Bye.
So Donovan, this has been outstanding. First of all, thank you again for us being a part of this. This is just awesome. I love talking to restaurants, if you can't tell.
You know, Jay, it's not for you to thank me. It's amazing people like you guys that have blown our mind, being willing to do something like this and host and support us. And it's just absolutely endearing that there's organizations that want to help Taste of Edmonton, a nonprofit, 36-year nonprofit. But, you know, if there's anything that came from today, it's the need of why we need Taste of Edmonton is to be able to experience these different cuisines and showcase and support local. And, you know, that's the bragging rights that we have as Taste of Edmonton is we are local. We support our local restaurants, and there's amazing food that these operating partners are bringing to the table.
Yeah, like 1946, Miles been around. Like, can you believe it? Sorry, that's like older than KFC, I think. That's awesome stuff. No, you're absolutely right. And you know what? I just love this industry. I love the fact that the people that work in this industry, I believe, are some of the hardest people, hardworking people, because when you know how much it is to make, how hard it is to make money at this industry, it's not easy. And if anyone's ever ran a restaurant, you know how hard it is and how much work goes into it and how much passion and love and all those things. And to see what they're going through right now, it kills us. It really does.
Yeah. It's your whole soul.
Sorry,
Jay. No, I was going to say, like, just add to what Jay was saying. It's you're right. It's your whole soul goes into, you know, running or having your restaurant, and you know, Donovan, I think this is why we were so attached and wanted to be able to partner with Taste of Edmonton and do something like this, is because I think food is such a strong culture that just brings a whole community together, and for us to not, you know, the possibility of not having this, you know, for future generations is just, you know, it's not something we could comprehend.
So Donovan, I agree. Gotcha. Donovan's speechless right now. How's your buns, Donovan?
Your buns.
How's your buns?
Refrigerated. How about that?
Well, let me tell you about Weston's buns. They've got amazing buns. Actually, we had them on our show yesterday, and their chef Elizabeth, which by the way is incredibly talented, they took this bun and she squished it. You ever had squished buns and they just stay that way? This bounced back to the original format. But anyways, Weston's a proud sponsor of our next 10 days. They've stepped up big time as well and supporting us. This is some of the recipes that we're doing yesterday. These kind of things like stuffed burger buns with cheese. And oh God, if you haven't seen it, watch it on our Sysco Canada Facebook page. Amazing products, but amazing buns. And awesome company. Wicked ideas. Go to their website, check it out. Ace Bakery, you've probably seen it in the store, is Ace Bakery bread, and go buy it because it's incredible products. Incredible partner with Sysco. But I tell you, amazing buns, Donovan.
They look amazing.
Yeah, they look.
You've had some of these buns before, right?
Oh yeah, the nice golden sheen. I like the. Yeah, and they're very durable too. They're
she squished it. She squished it yesterday.
You know, you pull them out frozen and they're thawed, and it's almost like they came freshly baked out of the oven. They're the kind of bread, you know. They're the kind of bread, you know, when you say squishing bread. I don't know if you've seen some of these videos on YouTube, like people who like squish their faces on like bread, like. It's not squishy. No one want to squish something and you just want to squish it in your face. It's that kind of bread. It's squishy bread.
I really don't know what you're watching on Facebook and all that stuff, but I don't really feel
Somebody sent it to me.
in my face lately. But I will look for that this weekend. But anyways, we want to wrap up today. We're a little bit over time, but just outstanding, Donovan. We're so happy and so proud to be a part of this and be able to help get the word out there. And someone said great buns for Taste of Edmonton. Yes, we will definitely talk about more buns as this week goes by. And I'll be eating one. I think they're sending me some buns, so I'll be gonna squish it. I'll show you.
That's awesome.
Just wait. It's like a magic trick. But yeah, we're super happy about all this, and we wish all the best to all these restaurants over this time right now. It's not easy. Obviously, what they went through, and to have them and see Miles and everyone today, the smiles on their faces these last 4 months, I tell you, and to see them here today, man, they've got to be doing something incredibly right. So we're super happy all this. So thanks to all the vendors too that supported today and the next 10 days. We're super happy about that and super pleased and just blown away by stepping up, because we didn't this wasn't like 2 months planning. We just planned this, was it last Monday? Put this together. So,
about 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah.
We and I think Taste of Edmonton takes a little longer than that to put together. So we're just happy about that. And then donate. So where can people donate to the Taste of Edmonton?
Please hit up our website. Go to www.tasteofedm.ca. Tasteofedm.ca.
Awesome. So they can go
there. You can make a donation, or you can make a 2021 ticket donation. That is the ultimate goal here, is to try to sell the tickets or get the donations. We will be back for 2021. We want to be strong, showcase these 50 restaurants and 9 food trucks, and have some great spirits and great free entertainment. And, you know, it's partners like you that make this happen, and it's Edmontonians and people like that are tuning in that are going to make this happen and survive this festival. So my heart goes out to you, and my heart goes out to everybody that's watching, and we can't thank you enough.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Donovan. Catch ya.
Thank you, Donovan.
And we're going to finish off with this little commercial that we launched this year, Foodies Unite, with Sysco Canada and all the amazing things. So we're going to finish off our day today. 9 more to go. And we're excited about the 9 and everyone we're going to meet over those 9 days. But we're going to finish off today with this. And thanks again for your time today.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Food. It's at the center of our table. And somehow, it always tastes better when we share it with the ones we love. Food is the sticky, inspiring, memory-making glue that unites us when we need each other the most. So while we wait for our chance to take our place at the table again, it's time for us to unite and do good for the industry, for the people who fuel our love for food. Sysco believes that if we work together, we can unite to heal the food service industry, bringing us all back together, stronger than ever.